Good morning, midday, or afternoon, everybody. I got a brand new toy that is unrelated to bicycles. I have a wireless lav microphone on. This means I can travel anywhere in this building and still talk to you guys. Hello, hi, hey, hi. And it will still sound good. But today we are not really talking about camera equipment. We are here to talk about the first race of the season. It is also a two-day, somewhat of a stage race, I guess, but I just call it a weekend event. It is none other than the Uwharrie Mountain Bike Challenge. So what is the Uwharrie Mountain Bike Challenge? It is a two-day event in the Uwharrie National Forest. So you do get a camping spot. People actually did camp, and it was February. I opted to stay in a cabin, more or less because I'm in the middle of a move right now. Definitely the forecast before this event was like 2 months of rain. It's been wet. It didn't rain at the event, but the ground was just, it was just soaked. And it was like a river the whole time, which was awesome. It was fun too because I am on the TSP race team. They put this event on. They're really known for their big event, the Trans-sylvania Epic, which is super cool and I hope to be there one day. But enough blathering, let's get to this event. Let's see how wet it was.
That's good, man.
So with every first race of the year, I honestly don't have super high expectations. This is kind of like a gauge to see where my fitness is for the upcoming season. With that being said, I always want to do well. I give it 110% every time I race.
All right, guys, we get you a little 10-second countdown here. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Take it serious.
Right off the bat, I get the hole shot. I am notorious for doing this really dumb thing where I get hole shots and then I go really hard until I blow up. It's something that I really want to work on this year. This was just funny in my opinion because I completely know exactly what was going through my head. Right here, I'm like, oh my God, oh man, my legs, they feel pretty good today. I got good legs today. And then, well, I'm just wait for it. Woo!
You know that guy up there?
I do not, do you? I start getting past, and I get past again, and I get past again, and again, and again. And in my brain, I'm going, oh my God, what just happened to my legs? Where did they go? Once I talked to a couple people, this was a stacked field from the people that showed up. Like, for our area, this was a very, very strong field. The guy that won is up there battling to win like the ORAM. I felt fine about getting dropped from this lead group. I do think a lot of it had to do with, it was a really cold race. It was my first cold race because cyclocross didn't really happen. I have millions of excuses I can give you. The number one thing though is stress. I've been stressed about this whole moving thing. One big piece of advice I can give anybody, sleep and stress. 100% affects your performance. Now, it might not be the difference in 30 minutes of better performance, but it definitely affects it quite a bit. So once I got dropped from this lead group, I settled into a rhythm that I thought was a fast pace, but not, I'm not gonna blow myself up because I've got 2 days of racing to do. And it was muddy. I kind of expected it, but I didn't expect this kind of mud. It was more just like standing water everywhere. And holy crap, was it cold. I can't stress how cold this race was. I was like chilled to the bone by the end of it because it was in the 30s at the start line, and then you're sopping wet. So the first day you do counterclockwise, which means the first probably third of the course, you can break this course up into 3 parts. The first third is like access road, gravel, with some relatively good climbs. Then you get to like this middle section that's the Uwharrie trail, trail. I don't know how to pronounce it. And there's a lot of elevation there as well. This trail's very rocky. And then the last part is the Wood Run Trail. That trail's very, very easy. But then the next day we do it clockwise. So for this first day though, all of the really hard climbs are kind of right at the end of that Uwharrie trail. Uwharrie? Why can't I say these words? Those are like the steep technical climbs. So day 1, in my opinion, was definitely harder than day 2, and for other reasons that we'll get to in a minute. I did put in some pretty decent lap times. I am notoriously bad at riding in the mud. So for me to put in these lap times, I think total I was like 2 hours and 20 minutes or something, which I was disappointed in because I know physically I can do better than that as far as where my fitness is, but I definitely didn't have the handling skills to rail through some of this stuff. So you come through this little start-finish area here. Well, you can see where the start-finish is, but you're still pedaling hard. You pedal up this gravel access road, you kind of do a U-E, and you come back around. So you have to do 2 laps of this. It actually equals out to around 28 miles is what I got. But the elevation out here is 3,000 feet of climbing, which was pretty good for like 28 miles. That's substantial. You know, it's not like holy crap, but that's way more than I anticipated. Hey. The only thing that didn't really go my way was I kept getting sticks in my wheel. It happens twice. You know, I maybe total lost 15 seconds by having to get off and do this. But, you know, it's still annoying. At least I didn't hit the deck.
Oh, that sucks.
Oh my God. That was a difficult race. It was a little bit more wet than I anticipated that it was going to be. All things considered, I can't complain. I think I was top 10. I had fun. That's the main thing. My upper body's not terrible, but look at this. I get to try to clean this mess up, and then we're gonna do it all again tomorrow, so I really gotta jump on bike maintenance. I'm really just gonna make sure everything works right. I'm gonna clean the bike off. There is a hose outside the cabin, which is awesome. So the big reveal here, why I'm so disappointed in myself. After day one, I ended up 8th place. Not terrible, not terrible. It's not exactly where I wanted to be, but it's not terrible, especially not for the first race of the season where I'm still kind of gauging what I need to tweak as far as fitness goes. So 8th place, I get back to the cabin. I do everything I can properly. I iced my legs. I used the, I have a knockoff Theragun, and I used that on my legs. It's like a massager. I got like 8 hours of sleep, which never happens for me. So I wake up the next day, going about my business, trucking along, we're getting to the trail, and I start to notice something's off here once I reach the trail. Like there's nobody really warming up. What's going on here? So I pedal my happy butt down to the start finish line, and lo and behold, the start time was at 9 a.m., whereas the previous day it was at 11. I am such an idiot. I have had my brain elsewhere, and I just thought, I have no idea what happened, honestly. I guess, assumed that it was the same start time for both days. Well, lo and behold, it's not. So I got there an hour late. And, oh my God, I was so disappointed. I see everything through. Unless I break something, you know, unless my arm's barely hanging on, I'm going to finish a race. And so, I was an hour late. I hit the trail with ferocity and tried my best to hold on to some semblance of self-respect. And I actually, I guess since I didn't get the whole shot for day two, I got into a little bit better rhythm, and my lap times were really good on the second day, minus the whole missing the first hour. Big negative on day two here. The video doesn't do it justice whatsoever. I was rolling through the trees. I was doing great. Railing stuff. All of a sudden, hard left turn. I won't show you because it's kind of gross, but it hit my hip. The tree hit my hip because I got too close. Usually it hits my shoulder, which hurts like crap. Ah!
Oh my God. Oh my God. That hurt.
It actually punctured. I had 3 little puncture wounds in my hip. Hurt like heck, knocked the wind out of me. And I thought maybe I was just a wuss and it was just bruised or something, but I was bleeding at the end of the race still. I had that to contend with, but other than that, day 2 went phenomenally. And there you have it, guys. At the end of the day, I actually did not finish last because my times were good enough the first day and I still showed up, still completed the second day to the best of my ability. I ended up 10th overall. That's not terrible at all for a 2-day stage race. I would have been fighting for 5th or 6th position, I believe, if I wouldn't have been so stupid and dumb and missed my start time. But we all are late for something in our life. So I guess if the one thing I'm late for is a bicycle race, then I'm doing pretty good. I'm trying not to beat myself up too bad about it, but man, I really was disappointed. Also, the race was put on phenomenally. Everything was marked great. I love having the A-frames at the big intersections. A lot of races don't do that. You also got food with this. You got a camping site. Like, it was a well done race. I was worried about riding on the gravel road that people actually park on, but I never had an issue and no one complained about it, so it really wasn't as big of a deal as I thought it would be. I had a lot of fun. That's the biggest thing. My little puncture wounds on my side here are healing up nicely. Thinking the next race is gonna be in a month or 2-ish that I'm gonna be able to do. I hope coming up I'll be in a new house and we'll get back to a normal routine, normal schedule. Thank you guys so much for sticking with me. Thank you for letting me do these race videos. I love all of you guys. Next video is gonna be about a dropper post. I will see you then. Bye bye.